Alright, this is going to be called the Final 50 Challenge, and this is ROADTRIpVIA's second audience challenge. You might remember the first challenge. We had viewers submit a ROADTRIpVIA introduction for our alphabet trivia series of quizzes. The winner was a viewer named Remington B. from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hello, and welcome to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz.
And the prize was around $150. We received a ton of great submissions.
Hi, from Albertslund, just outside Copenhagen, Denmark. Welcome to the Road Trip Trivia Quiz, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Like and subscribe below.
Had a lot of fun doing it. Decided this was a perfect time to do another one. The Final 50 Challenge is taking things a step further, both in the effort required from the viewer and the size of the prize from the channel. For this challenge, we are asking viewers to submit a 25-question random trivia quiz with questions about anything that interests you. There is no theme or specific category, just 25 random questions, and that's it. We will be accepting just one quiz per person. But your quiz will get numbered, and that number will be entered into the drawing on September 29th of 2022. Actually, I think we're going to start on September 28th, and we're going to go till midnight September 29th. So yeah, I think it's September 28th officially, and that'll be whatever the time zone is in Dayton. I believe it's Eastern Daylight Time, which is about 5 hours behind London time and 1 hour ahead of Kansas time. So September 28th, that's when we're going to start it. We're going to draw the names that night. We're going to do a whole live episode. It's going to be a good time. We're going to do some trivia, show some pictures, a whole bunch of stuff on that episode, including giving away $500. Now for the rules. The rules for submitting a quiz. Rule number 1, each quiz needs to be 25 random questions. Categories can be anything that is family friendly and appropriate for all audiences. Movies, TV, geography, animals, cartoons, music, books, authors, vehicles, countries, states, cities, lakes, rivers, statues, science, math, favorite foods, ghost stories, legends, mythology, etc., etc. Bad words will obviously not be allowed, neither will content that is unacceptable to the wide audience of ROADTRIpVIA's channel. If you are a regular viewer of this channel, just watch some of the Brainy Tuesdays and the Friday night pub quizzes and the random pub quizzes. Those will give you great examples of types of categories and questions. Stay away from specific dates for answers, and make sure the questions asked have one specific answer that can be verified. For example, don't ask how old is the Earth, because there's billions of years or millions of years. You're not going to get a direct answer, so ask questions that have a specific answer. Question 2, and this one is the most important. Each question must contain between 30 and 50 words. 30 is on the short end, 50 is pushing it and getting on the long end, but if you get it in between there, it should fit the template of ROADTRIpVIA's channel. Now, one of the reasons we're doing this challenge is because over that month, August 8th through September 28th, I will be traveling a lot. We're going to Las Vegas. Well, first we're leaving England. We're going to America. Then we're going to Dayton, Ohio, then Wichita, Kansas, then Las Vegas, then Hawaii, then back to Vegas, then back to Wichita, then to St. Louis, and then to Dayton. So we're going to be going around a lot, and I just don't think there's any way that I'm going to be able to keep up with all of the trivia. So what I'm trying to do is get some audience participation, have you guys send in some trivia quizzes, and in exchange for your time and effort, one of you is going to win a $500 prize, which is a pretty good chunk of money. So, in order to make it as easy on me as possible, I don't want to have to change the format of these templates that I already have set up for the channel. So each question has to be between 30 and 50 words. If you say something like, Who played Marty McFly? That question won't work. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 words. Who played Marty McFly, even though it's a good question, will not work for this trivia quiz and therefore won't work for the Final 50 challenge. Here are a couple of examples of questions that will work for this random trivia contest. The first one is exactly 30 words long and is on the shorter end of acceptable questions. The second one will be 50 words long and is pushing it. So find a happy medium right in there. 35 to 45 words per question is perfect. Here's the 30-word question. What is the name of the Croatian-born scientist whose coil was used to generate high-frequency alternating current, and after whom the SI unit of magnetic flux density is named? Okay, that one seemed longer because it sounded like it belongs on a Brainy Tuesday quiz, but that's only 30 words. So your question has to be over 30 words, and one of the ways to do that is to kind of be specific. Rather than say, what is the name of the scientist, say, what is the name of the Croatian-born scientist? And after, instead of just one thing like whose coil was used to generate the high-frequency alternating current, as well as after whom the SI unit of magnetic flux density is named. You just kind of got to give a couple of different things. That way it fits the template of the trivia quizzes that we're making. That's the low end. Here's the high end. Don't make yours any longer than this. In ancient times, this island was called Hibernia, and early Christians from here produced the Book of Kells Bible. Christianity replaced Druid tradition, and now Protestants tend to live in the northern part of what country, while Catholics are found throughout the island in cities such as Waterford and Cork. So you can see how long that one is. You could probably cut out quite a bit of that one and make it acceptable. Sometimes you got to use the full 50 to get the point across, but for your questions to count in the Final 50 challenge on Road Trivia, I need your question to fall between 30 and 50 words. You can check if you use Microsoft Word or Google Documents. There's a word counter up there. Just highlight your question, hit word counter. It should fall about 35 to 45 words is pretty typical. All right, rule number 3. Only the first 50 submissions will be accepted. And like I said earlier, due to moving countries and traveling over the last month and a half before episode 1000, I will not have enough time to write, record, edit, and publish at the consistency that I'm currently doing them. That's where you come in. I need material for episode 950 through 1000, and I'm willing to pay up for it. So many viewers have already submitted great quizzes in great categories, but the quiz type that the audience most enjoys is random trivia. They don't like specific categories. You can imagine, because that kind of cuts out if we're doing a Ghostbusters trivia and you've never seen Ghostbusters, it's not really that much fun for you. So that's what we're looking for. The first 50 viewers to submit an acceptable 25-question random trivia quiz will be entered into the drawing to win $500 on September 28th and 29th, 2022. Like I said, I think we're going to start on the 28th. We might even draw on the 28th, but that video is going to go through to September 29th, at least at midnight, just so I can party. How about rule number 4? Requirement number 4, send submissions to ROADTRIpVIA@gmail.com. All submissions will need to be sent to ROADTRIpVIA@gmail.com. You can send them directly in the email or as a Word document or a PDF attached to it. Whatever works easiest for you. Just make sure they meet the previous guidelines for entry. When your quiz is submitted and I look through it and I make sure that the questions are long enough, the material is acceptable, I'll send you a number that you will be assigned to for the drawing. It'll be 1 through 50. If you send in a submission that's unacceptable, if it's easy enough, I may just tweak it to make it work, or I may ask you to replace some of the questions that aren't allowed. Like I said, this is from me. This is a selfish attempt to get somebody else to write these trivia quizzes for the final 50 because I am just not going to be able to do it while I'm flying and driving everywhere. So I really need them to be as close to the type of quiz that I would write as possible, even not necessarily content-wise, because what I'm really hoping is we get some flavor from people that are not me. Some people that are older, some people that are younger, some people that live in Australia, some people that live in different parts of Europe, different parts of Africa, everywhere in the world that is a question that somebody else might know. Super excited to get some questions from there, but they do need to hit a couple of the requirements so they work on this format. Rule number 5, the submission deadline begins right now and will end as soon as we have 50 acceptable quizzes. The first quiz will air on August 8th, which is episode 951. If we don't have 50 entries by then, I'm going to continue to accept them until we do. The final episode of this challenge will be September 26th, which is episode number 1000. I think we do have an episode 1001 planned just for fun on the 27th, and then September 28th, Road Trip Via will be hosting their live show on YouTube, where we will draw the winner. We're going to ask some trivia questions. We're going to reveal some fun facts. We're going to talk with the audience about some interesting channel insights, a live Q&A with the host, me, Artie Quizman, and to top it all off, at midnight, it will actually click over to September 29th. That's my birthday, and I will be live streaming until I've had enough Mountain Dew and birthday cake that I just can't stay awake anymore. I've never done a live show on the channel. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you guys will join me. I'm probably going to be talking about it a lot over the next month and a half. Like I said, I've never done a live show, so I'm kind of curious how it's going to go. I'll be back in America. I'll be in my studio, although the studio won't be set up yet. So I'll have that going for me. I'm going to have real fast internet finally for the first time since I've started this channel. Super excited about that. And that's it. That's the final 50 challenge. That's what we got going on. If you want to enter, remember these rules. 30 to 50 words per question, 25 questions, random categories, no curse words, no adult or thematic material that's not family friendly. We want all this stuff to be to where kids can play, people my age can play, people older than me can play. We want anybody to be able to play this without feeling uncomfortable. So just make it family friendly. That's all I'm asking. And the 6th point, the live show on the 28th and 29th will be the final show for just a while. I don't even like saying final show, but I'll be unpacking, moving into my new house, moving into the new studio. This is so the live show will be a good time to ask me any questions that you've always wanted to know, as well as give me any suggestions for the channel that you've always wanted to say. I'll do a couple between the end of September and the end of the year, but starting the 1st of 2023, we're going to get back into doing it every single day. We got some big plans for 2023 and really looking forward to it. But this live show will be the last regularly scheduled show while I get moved into the new studio, and I'm going to take a little bit of time off that holiday season. This will be, 1,000 episodes is 1,000 days in a row. I love having done it, but I'm looking forward to taking a breath. Okay, so now that I've rambled through that, you can see how much more difficult it is when I'm not just reading questions. I'm not very good at thinking on my feet, especially when I'm talking into a microphone in a room by myself. So if you've made it this far, just know that I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's submissions for the final 50 trivia challenge.